Yes, we are live. Welcome to the Money GPS. Let's get the show on the road, people. Let's make it happen. Today we are going to talk about everything, but of course I want to have my focus on what's going on with the infrastructure bill. This affects a lot of people, not just in the United States, but of course the same activities are going on all around the world. So we will get into that today. Wait for everybody to get in the house. We've got 34 people in here so far. And we'll see how this goes. Just setting up all of my activities here. Take me a few minutes. Thank you all for coming in. All right. Greetings. Greetings to you as well. All right. Setting up all 5 platforms at once. Okay, guys. Welcome. We got people coming in from all over the world. I'm here for the truth. Hello. Hi, mate. Greetings. Thank you for coming on in. Hi, David. I like the new changes to your videos. Insights are great. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Stephen. Yeah, it's been interesting because the views have been in general, quite horrible. So I wasn't sure if people really liked it, but I have been getting the positivity, so I'm going with that. Thank you, TikTok, for coming on in. People on TikTok are asking, what's the deal? I got videos coming through every single possible direction. I got TikTok, Instagram stories. I got Instagram posts going every day. I've got, what else? YouTube video, YouTube live, YouTube stories, YouTube shorts. I got literally every platform. I got 50 different posts happen every day on all these different platforms, if you could believe it or not. 50. All right. And to do that on my own is very difficult. Let me tell you, it's very time consuming. Takes up a lot. So I just appreciate you guys coming in to have a chat. Thank you for that. There's a lot going on in the world today. I wanted to focus on the infrastructure bill, of course, something that I've been covering a little bit. So I talked about this many times before. People don't understand, the bill's name should not be, don't focus on the name of the bill. Please tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers, the name of the bill is not what's in the bill. We got to learn that. We really got to learn that. Patriot Act. Okay. All right. Lots of people coming in on Instagram. Thank you guys for being here. God bless the GPS. All right. Asking how many crypto people on the channel. It's definitely a mix. What do you think, guys? Is it crypto versus gold? Is it both? Is it neither? Let me know. All right. What's better than a money compass? The money GPS. Yes, thank you. Hi from Illinois. I love the GPS shorts. You need help with all you do to keep us informed. Yes, my intention, my hope was I would be able to hire people that could do all the tech stuff and the posting and all this stuff. But unfortunately, the business doesn't make money. So I just unfortunate. How would it be possible the regulation affects the crypto market? So what they're saying right now, we'll get into this more in a minute. I've got a couple articles and things planned, but essentially what they're saying is this is going to affect the exchanges, but we don't know what's going to actually be passed. So I don't want to get too much into the detail, but I'll just show you what I have. of course, any sort of regulation should be spooking the market, but at this time, you could still see, like I'm going to show you in a minute here, I'll show you the chart. It's still looking quite strong for Bitcoin, so we'll see. Both people are saying both gold and cryptos. Both, but I love silver. Just Bitcoin. Everything else is not good, including gold. Okay. Hope everyone is well. Thank you for coming on in. I get so upset how the media even allows them to call it an infrastructure bill. Yes. Isn't it true? Isn't it true? On Instagram, we got somebody saying everyone is being classified as a broker. Yeah, the language in any of these bills, the language is always so broad so that they can use it. Use it on anybody, right? All right. Silver and know-how. Yes, yes. The know-how is key. I'll tell you that. Oh my goodness. Eric, thank you for the support. Thank you. Some form of crypto is the future, but this is the first generation of blockchain. It's so flawed. It's going to turn a lot of people badly. Value stable decentralized currencies versus the central bank digital currencies will be the battleground. I'm interested to see it all play out. I really don't know what's going to happen in the future. You know, there's a lot of concern about this because it just shows you they ultimately, like, I talked about this, I think it was yesterday, when it was like 2017, 2018, cryptos were coming out, they're new and so on, and there was a bill that was written that the language in the bill said something like, when you come in or out of the country, you have to declare your digital currencies. And it just showed me that the people writing these bills are just so far behind in their knowledge of what they're actually writing about. It was very laughable. It's because that digital currency doesn't belong to that country. It has nothing to do with that country whatsoever. Okay? Really doesn't. But of course, any country wants to maintain control over their citizens in every way possible. And they can do this very well. They've been doing it very well. So, all right. Your title is good. Look back at the Affordable Care Act. Many hidden things in that. Of course, every single bill has just crazy stuff hidden inside. And we're going to find out about that. I mean, it's 2,700 pages. So it's going to take weeks and weeks and weeks to figure it out. Beekeeping. So what I had heard about, I haven't heard any updates recently, but in the past, bees are dying. Bees are dying and we need bees. They're extremely important. So that's, in a sense, it's a commodity. It's very valuable for maybe as an asset. I don't know enough about it. I really don't, but I know that they're extremely valuable. They are required. And it seems like we need to have more of them. We need more bees. We need that. My friend Tim has the core Discord team as mods and content review, etc. before it's released to YouTube. Yeah, I don't have any money to pay people, so it would be nice to have all kinds of team members. That would be great. That would be amazing. Content would be so much better. Unfortunately, it doesn't. I don't know how those people make their income, but I'm even having a lot of trouble getting sponsors. Trying for sponsors, can't get sponsors. All right. All right, let's see what we got here. I think we're about ready to show you what I had prepared here. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to share my screen. Let's take a look at this. Oh, give me 1 second. I'm going to show you what I got. I'm just going to take a look very quickly at the chart for Bitcoin, and then I want to show you the chart for gold. Let's see what's been happening. Okay, so I'm assuming you could see this right now. This is gold. And gold right now, I mean, my goodness, 732 at this time, as I'm showing you here. Look where the price pressure had brought it to. I mean, this right here was 1680. So the price actually, this is a daily chart, came down to 1680, and now it has been pushed back up to 1733 or so. It is just outside of the Bollinger Bands. It's looking weak on the 20-day, the 50-day moving average, but it's been trading around this range of 1800 for a long time. It hasn't been able to break through that. It had fallen more recently back in June timeframe. It came down and it just has been kind of in this range, and now it's breaking down again. So in this particular, like as I look at it right now, obviously it's being pushed down, but it's kind of being supported around this area of 1734. So we'll see what happens. In Bitcoin, you're seeing a kind of zigzagging, but it's making higher highs. We will see where it goes. I mean, it still looks okay as far as I'm concerned, but this bill, depending on what gets passed, it's at least going to have a temporary negative effect. And I don't know if you could see that on the charts there. It's still within the Bollinger Bands. It's still above the 50-day and the 20-day moving average. Technicals are looking all right, but that infrastructure bill is going to put some serious downward pressure on it if it gets passed. And you know, I think something is going to be in that bill. I think there's going to be something. Whether or not it's the full package, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so that's all I really want to show you. This is TradingView, by the way. That's why I like to use that when I can. And then I'm going to show you this here. Let me get this going. Let's take a look. So we've got this, like, as this crypto part of the bill's coming through, you could see people all over the place, but I'm just showing you one. This is Jack Dorsey of Twitter. The bill has so many issues. The amendment makes it worse, especially for open source developers, and no rationale has been provided, only rumors. It's interesting, right? I have another one to show you here. Let's look at this. Out of the Washington Post. How cryptocurrency became a powerful force in Washington. Infrastructure bill is in part stalled as negotiations proceed on how closely to regulate it. So they're just go through, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but just showing you all the different names that are involved here, all the people that are involved. I was reading this earlier. It's just kind of showing you, you know, what's in store. They're claiming it's going to increase the federal revenue by about $28 billion over 10 years. Honestly, who knows? It's just saying that right here, give federal regulators authority to impose new tax reporting obligations on cryptocurrency brokers, which enable traders to buy and sell cryptocurrency. There's a lot in there. I just think it's crazy what they're willing to do. They stuffed this in here on purpose. They didn't create a cryptocurrency bill. They created an infrastructure bill, had this prepared, ready to go, and then they stuffed it in. They'll get it passed, at least some of it. Thank you very much for the support. Where do they have the opportunity to have a dramatic crash? Because that's where they'll start it. Stocks have circuit breakers. So I just want to clarify exactly what we're talking about here. Where do they have the opportunity to have a dramatic crash? Because that's where they'll start it. Yeah. So, okay. So in my opinion, like I talked about in the interview that I did, I posted this morning with Lance Roberts. I really believe the weakest link for what I consider to be the weakest link is retail and office real estate. I just had somebody else send me another link today, and now I can't remember the name of the business. Another big business basically saying we are now doing permanent work from home. And these are big businesses. They employ a lot of people, but they're doing the work from home thing. It's working. So why not just get rid of the real estate? Think about the cost savings. Think about the cost savings. Or in many cases, what they're doing is we're going to do partial work from home, or this department and that department, This department and that department are going to work from home, but these departments will come in 2 or 3 days a week. And what do they do to the real estate? Shrink it. We used to have 10 floors. Now we have 3 floors. What happens to the 7 floors? Oh, they can get a new tenant. They can make that happen, surely, but not all of them. Not all of them. And what does that do? Well, then you have problems going on with the lenders, with the landlords. What's going on with those leases? Are they cutting them out early? Are they going to stay empty for that period? Like, there's so many questions. I think that's the weakest link. I think that could start to unravel the system, but who knows? It should have happened already. So would you be open to having volunteers to help you in some way? I do appreciate that. I really do. I just don't like to ask people for anything, to be honest with you. I feel guilt. I just feel guilt. Okay, there's so many questions. Great stuff, guys. We got 260 people in the house today. We could talk about any subject. I just brought up, I like to have one topic of the day on the lives. I'm not even sure if I can continue to do the lives, to be honest with you. 90 likes. What's going on, people? Let me guess. Your like button is broken? Is your like button broken? No, you got to hit that like button. Come on. Somewhere probably here. Where is it? Down here somewhere? Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Don't forget, guys. Come on. It supports the channel. I do appreciate that very much. What's the meaning of life? What's the meaning of life on Instagram? The meaning of life is to live. Where's my espresso? Yeah, I had one earlier. It's still the burger flipping bots. They're coming. Flippy the robot. People thought I was kidding. People thought I was kidding about Flippy the robot. Awesome. We got a few more likes coming in. Thank you for that. I wish I had 3 more thumbs. Need like GPS. Can't find the like. Thank you for reminding me. 4249. Hi all. Thank you for coming on in. 260 and only 98 likes. Smash it. Yes, you have to smash the like button as hard as possible. Why is live so hard? Live is just occupies a lot of time. And I've noticed there's a diminishing amount of viewers coming in. That's all. I just want to provide the maximum amount. Like, where is my time best served? What do the subscribers want? That's why I'm trying to get feedback from you. That's why I love the live, is because I get direct feedback. I get to ask you. You're watching me right now, and I appreciate that. In terms of the views and everything, views have been down. I've actually lost subscribers over the past 2 weeks. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Why is this the case? Like losing subscribers when you're posting all these different types of things. You know, I'm trying to trigger the algorithm, trying to reprogram that algorithm, and I'm actually losing. Very unusual, very disappointing. So I'm just trying my best. We got on Instagram. I really enjoyed your books. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Live like no tomorrow. Susan, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate that. Thank you for your hard work. I appreciate you being here. I absolutely do. Okay, we'll share more. Probably the platform's doing it. Yes. That's why I'm trying on right here. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever your favorite is. I'm creating funny things. I'm creating interesting things so that you can share those with your family, and then they start figuring out, hey, who's this guy Money GPS? Okay, they can do that on their own, and then they start seeing the other content and then come in. So yeah, I get it. You don't want to share. People don't want to share a 15-minute, regular Money GPS video. Understandable. But the other types of content that I'm creating, all these images and things that are, I'm doing one funny one a day, one interesting one a day, one about the markets when that's open, I do that. Just these type of things so that those are much more shareable content, hoping that eventually brings people into the YouTube. Over the past few weeks, definitely people have been sharing it, but the views and the subscribers have been down. Could be, people are on vacation, people are sort of doing their own thing. Who knows? YouTube unsubscribe people? Yes, they do. That happens every single day. I hear about that every day. Every single day. People are saying, hey, I used to be subscribed to you. I had the bell clicked, and now suddenly I'm going in to watch your video. I realize I'm not even subscribed. Like, that type of stuff upsets me so much because I wonder how many subscribers I would have had. Who knows? Imagine if people are telling me every day, then imagine how many people it's actually happening to. If I'm hearing it from people every day. I don't have your notifications most of the time. Yeah, see, I get that. I get this kind of message every single day. Noticing not getting notifications even though the notifications are on. See? Stocks. Your channel may be in a consolidation phase with some going out and some coming in. Yeah, I hope that's the case, really, because, I've been making some changes. People, maybe they don't like some of the changes, so some are leaving, new ones are coming through, which is fine. I'm trying to improve the channel in every way possible. I've been listening to the feedback. Like a lot of other channels and other businesses, they don't listen to the customer's feedback or the person's feedback, and then they just do whatever they want. For me, it's extremely important to listen to that feedback. One of the things that people wanted was what I'm doing now in the Money GPS Insights. It's like, yeah, okay, charts and articles, but like, what does it mean? What do I do? Like that kind of thing. So that's why the Money GPS Insights is there. That was based on direct feedback from the subscribers over years. And I finally just took that extra step. I spend the time to write those out. What is the most important thing for my subscribers? What do they need to know about this? And I put that in there. Even if people are subscribed, they might not get notified. I always have to check your channel manually and set the reminder button. Never works. Yeah, you see? People don't believe it. Some people don't believe it. They say, that's not true. It's true. But I mean, it's probably not just me. I'm not saying it's just me, but that's what happens. That's the experience that I have from people telling me. That's why I set up the insiders, because I'm tired of it. If you get the insiders 5 days a week, you get the video of the day. It's going to be much more. It's going to be the video of the day. It's going to be a newsletter kind of thing all in one. But at least for now, it's the video of the day, and we can get around that garbage that they're doing. It's free. That's why I just set it up for free. So at least we can get around this. That's my hope anyway. Real estate market stopped for the past 1 to 2 weeks. Yes, there's been a lot less sales. You got to look in your particular area because sometimes it's based on the fact that there's just not enough inventory. That's a factor. Also, during this time frame, like summertime, a lot of people are vacationing. A lot of people are doing their own thing. September, if we get the data through September and it's still not good, then there's an issue with real estate. If interest rates, mortgage rates increase in the short term, actually it could boost sales because people are saying, oh my goodness, now interest rates are going to increase. Oh my goodness, they might get in. But I don't think we're going to see any rate increases at this time. What do you think about AMC? TikTok is asking. I don't know if that's a real. Seems like I'm the lone TikTok viewer. I hit the like on the YouTube channel as well. Thank you. What do you think about AMC? AMC and GME. I put those two in the same basket. I think that the future of that company is probably not very strong. People don't want to hear that. I just don't know like why there's so much hype around it. I think it's just a matter of people have put a lot of money. People on Reddit have really put in a lot of money, and that has been worrisome for them, and so they've been rallying around it. I just like boring stuff. Like if there's so much hype around it, I'm generally just not interested. Just not interested. Your work is solid. Thank you very much. didn't get a notification for the first time. Yeah, it happens. It happens. I hope we can get around it. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm sorry if people like AMC or anything else, and I say something that's not, not what they wanted to hear. I just want to tell you what I think for real. I don't want to just give you what you like. I don't want to just be nice just to be nice. I want to tell you the truth. Thank you for the support. I'm hitting the like and commenting on all platforms. Worth mentioning, I have to actively seek out your content, no notifications. You see that? Thank you, Justin. Thank you. You see that? You tell me, guys. How many people have told me that just in this live chat here? Unbelievable. Loads of channels I follow are subscriber kneecapped. People get booted. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got. Make sure your notifications are set correctly. That may explain some of it. Yes, for some people that is the case. So when you have the notification, there's a bell. But at some point in the recent past, they had changed the bell to be like 3 different levels. So when you click that, you have to say all the time. I forget the option is the top one, if I'm not mistaken. And that top option is basically notify me every single time. All right, it's important. All right, guys. I am not new to YouTube and I am monetized. It's a thing. With mortgage forbearance and eviction moratorium, it's going to make it really hard to finance apartment complexes. So for the apartment complexes, there's a different story because, yeah, I understand what you're saying. They're getting the money from Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, a lot of these businesses, so they're able to capitalize on that. And for them, that's a good thing because they'll just give money right until it has no value left. For like smaller individuals could be a problem. But the big boys, they kind of get as much money as they want. And then they get bailed out. Thank you for the support. This bill is an attempt to keep control as they are afraid of losing control. And for good reason, because they can't stop decentralized blockchain. You know, that's definitely something because they've been worried about, this is the funny thing, you know, they've really been worried about cryptocurrency. They keep talking about how it's used for illicit transactions, which is just nonsense. I mean, come on. I mean, why would they even say that? It's so ridiculous when everything is so public. Like, every transaction is there public. Why would somebody use it for illicit transaction? Like, it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Cash is the only way. Cash is the only way to do something like that. What do you think about precious metals this week? I don't want confetti or paper IOUs. Yes, yes, yes. This week specifically, I'm not sure. It's weak. Gold specifically is looking really weak. I don't understand. I don't have a good reason why, other than the fact that, you know, just more bullishness in the stock market. So what I see with gold is basically you don't ever sell it. It doesn't make sense to sell. You have a percentage in your portfolio and, you know, you monitor it based on whatever percentage you decide, whether it's Ray Dalio's all-weather portfolio at 7.5% or whether it's 10% as many suggest, or others say even up to 25% when things are getting real bad. It really depends. You have to decide that for yourself, what you think is the right percentage. Good night, JJ. We better hold 24 on silver or 22.5 is on the way. It's possible. It's possible. I wouldn't worry too much about it, though, to be honest. 13 years and governments are only barely talking about cryptos. Who's talking about them exactly? Less than 1% of the world knows anything about them. That is true. That is true. You'll hear, like, especially when the price is going crazy up to 60,000 plus, you start to hear people who don't know about it, and usually negative stuff about it. And that comes. I mean, that's just the way it is, right? The problem with cryptocurrencies is that they're not as user friendly as, you know, their bank, because they can't go, like, especially older generations, they can't go into the bank, they can't talk to the teller, they can't phone up the company. You know, it just doesn't work like that. It's kind of like you're on your own. If you forget your password, you forgot those keys, you're in big trouble, right? So a lot of people say, I'm not putting my money in that thing. I think if they can figure out a way to make it much more user-friendly, still maintain that strength, they'll get a lot more adoption. I think so. Taper rumors triggered the gold sell-off. We'll see. September's key for that. September's key for the taper, because they're going to start talking about it. Maybe they'll start talking about it. Okay. When the Fed talks about tapering, what exactly is that? Tapering is basically the amount of money that they're printing. Every single month, they're doing $120 billion. 80 billion of that is treasuries, and you've got 40 billion being the mortgage-backed securities, along with everything else they're doing. But they may scale back the amount that they're purchasing. So they're not going to stop altogether and suddenly, you know, let the balance sheet disappear. No. They're going to reduce the amount they buy every month. So what I think is going to be more heavy on the mortgage-backed security side, where the reductions are. So maybe instead of printing 40 billion a month, they're doing 30 billion a month, or 35 billion, something like this. And I think we're going to find out much more detail in September at their next meeting. I think that they'll let people know, kind of like, maybe at the December, they're going to try to stretch this out. Maybe in December we can begin our tapering of some sort, a very minimal, and if anything changes, we won't do it. And they're going to have to put like 10 caveats in between there, and, you know. Thank you for coming on in today. I want to thank everybody for being here. We got 300 people in the house right now, 224 likes. Where is it? There's a button down here. It's a thumbs up button. Kind of looks like this. Hit it. Don't forget to hit that like button. I appreciate it. Somebody's asking about, I don't know, let's see, MOXC. I'm not sure. Is that a particular stock? I don't know. I don't give financial advice. Right. More lockdowns in the bill? Not necessarily, no. They're doing that regardless, probably. I don't know if they could do it on a federal level, but certainly some areas are going to be, as we move into the fall, as we move into the winter. What if they take all the gold like they did in the past and give you the crumbs first so they can reestablish a new currency under that gold? They nationalized the gold. They didn't confiscate the gold, and that was the US. It wasn't everywhere. I don't think they're going to do that this time. They could just manipulate the price to any number they want. If they want gold at 500, they could just push it down. It probably wouldn't be easy, but they could do it. They can make it be whatever. Like, we have clearly noted that, like, the price is entirely manipulated. There's no question. What do I eat? I'm assuming that's what that says. What do I eat? Meal number 1 is a smoothie, which contains banana, blueberry, spinach, and Brazil nuts. with probiotics. Second meal is usually a salad with greens, fat, no oil. And then meal 2 is varies greatly. 3 meals a day. I do like an 8-16, like an intermittent fast. I was doing intermittent fasting before I knew what intermittent fasting was. Now there's like the trendy term of intermittent fasting. I just try to shrink, like I don't think of it like, I just try to shrink the eating window to an appropriate time slot. That's all. Most people, they wake up, and I was the same way, wake up and immediately eating. Some people, they feel that need, but if you can get away from that, I don't know. I think it's much better. It's like, I just woke up. Why am I eating? People don't realize that. And I never, ever, ever snack. Never snack. SOS, that's salt, oil, sugar. Yeah. Oh, not really exactly, but yeah, something like that. Nutritional insights with the GPS. Yes. Thank you for support again. Dalio's portfolio seems solid, but I'm not sure how it's better than merely owning VTI long term. Is the point that you might suffer less loss as a crash and you need to sell? That's definitely part of it. Yeah, like I don't like particular ETFs. Like, oh, I'll just own whatever it might be, one particular ETF, and just keep putting my money into that, because when it comes time to exit, ETFs are extremely bad. If there's a major liquidity problem, then ETFs are going to be very terrible. Very terrible. In fact, I think that in the next crisis, whenever that does happen, that affects stocks dramatically, ETFs are going to be posing a problem to the entire stock market. That doesn't mean they're fantastic and easy to purchase, like diversification for on the way up. On the way up is fantastic. So easy. So easy to like it's an easy way to get in, right? Even experienced traders actually use them to get in instead of buying futures, instead of buying, with commodities and so on. They're tending to use that now because it's just easy. Dang you healthy. Yeah, I just prefer it. I haven't eaten like a junk, what you would call junk food. I haven't eaten that since 2005. I just want that stuff. All right. It sucks to leave the live stream. Someone should make a new YouTube. Yeah, I know. I wish there was something good. I'm on, let me check that actually. I opened up, which one was it? Rumble? I think it's called Rumble. Rumble.com. So I opened up Rumble again. Yeah, see, again, doesn't work. I'm looking at this in the back end. I don't know if you could see. You probably can't see what I'm looking at. Yeah. This website doesn't work. I linked up my YouTube with it. That didn't work. Linked up the Facebook with it, thinking, okay, it's going to paste all the Facebook stuff. That didn't work. I tried BitChute. That didn't work. It's like, guys, if you want me to post on your platforms, make it work. Odyssey, I'm posting on that platform. Why? Because it works. It automatically pulls the YouTube video over. I don't have to have any sort of involvement. If you want a creator like me who's posting like 50 times a day, you want that type of content, you want that amount of content on your platform, I'm willing to do it. I'll link my platforms to yours and let's make it happen. But if it's going to be, all these difficulties, how can I do it? I can't do it. There's just, yeah. Anyway. Thanks for the constant information. I appreciate you watching. Yeah, for Discord, like, so the problem with all of these other things like Discord or whatever, like, it's great for the communication factor. I agree. If I opened up a Discord today, I would how would I notify you that you're supposed to be on Discord? Is it through the emails? Is it through like Twitter or something? Like, how am I going to get you on the Discord? Like, I don't exactly understand. I think from what I understand, it's a completely different website altogether. So now I have 17 people that show up to it, right? What am I like? I'm trying to get out to a bigger audience. I'm trying to bring more people in as the channel, like as the views and the subscribers are declining. I'm trying to accelerate that. I'm trying to fight against the system. They're trying to squash me down, whether that's through artificially unsubscribing people so they forget about the money GPS and all these different things are coming up in their feed, or people are just leaving naturally, whatever. Do you plan on leaving Canada anytime soon or tough it? Oh, no, I think you need to have more than one. You need to have more than one place. You need to have more than one place. I would say that. All right. Let's see what we got. Rumble is essentially YouTube. Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for me. I'm on Rumble, but I don't like as much as YouTube interface. Yeah. I think I follow you on Rumble. Yeah, like I have followers on Rumble when I went in to check it, but it doesn't copy my videos over. But I'm now on, by the way, I should tell everybody that's in the house right now, I am on Anchor.fm, Spotify, and soon to be on Apple Podcasts and anywhere else, in fact. Anchor.fm automatically puts it to the other one. So I'm trying to go that route. I don't know. I'm trying every single platform, like literally every platform. So it's going to be the exact videos that I put on YouTube, except they're going to also go to like all the podcast platforms. We'll see what happens. Jack, thank you very much. What's your take on the impact of the repo spending? That taking place certainly looks like they're trying to create a perfect storm. Yeah, so the repo thing, they're just like, I read another article just recently saying everything's working as it should. Everything's working as it should. Like, it's $1 trillion. It was a Wall Street Journal article or something, and they're just saying, yeah, the thing's working great. It's great. I think it's not good at all. But we will learn in the medium term what all of this garbage has done. Fruits and veggies are real medicines. Check out a guy, if anybody's interested in some real deep stuff, you got to look at Dr. Morse, Morse. Dr. Morse. Mexico. I got some subscribers from Mexico. They've told me a lot about Mexico, like the non-tourist spots. We all know the tourist spots. The non-tourist spots being fantastic. Not at all what you hear in the news. You can grow food all year round. Very affordable living. If you are a tourist, you have many benefits that the locals don't have in terms of taxation and so on. So there could be very good, but you got to watch where you are. Definitely got to watch where you are. And just like any country, it has places that you just don't want to be. All right. I'm just going through. We got a lot of people talking about what they're eating in here. Dr. Morse. Dr. Morse speaking code, no. Not Morse code, not Morse code. He's legend. I would love to meet him one day. He's in Florida. If anybody's in Florida, if you could somehow meet up with Dr. Morse, that would be amazing. Let's see what we got in here, guys. I'm going to take a little bit more. We're going to go for 15 more minutes. Christmas present this weekend. Early sales going on. Following on Spotify and Anchor. Thanks for the info. Yes. Hey, great. We got some followers coming in. Yeah, if anybody is on Anchor FM, if anybody's on Spotify and soon Apple Podcasts, all of my daily videos will be posted there. I'm going to try that out for a bit. See how it goes. Each one of these things takes me time, right? So I'll still have to upload to Anchor FM, and then from Anchor FM, it goes to all the different platforms. Which could be good. Awesome interviews, Dave. Just caught up with the videos. Haven't been able to see. Definitely enjoy the information. Yeah, I did a couple. I did a live interview, which was awesome. And then I also did the one that posted this morning with Lance Roberts, which we really got into some good stuff. I like it. Like people are, I don't like what he said, and you didn't yell at him and all this stuff. I saw some comments like that, and it just. That's his opinion. I'm not there to challenge anybody in an interview. I want to know what they think. Let's put it out there and let's move on. I'm not going to challenge them. I'm not going to yell at them. I'm not going to say anything about that. That's their opinion. They have to give their supporting evidence of that. If they don't give that, okay. But Lance Roberts, like obviously in an interview, you're asking a question, they respond in a 2-minute period. Are you going to be able to give everything in a 2-minute response? No, there's much more to it than that. And then you got to kind of listen to the whole big picture they're trying to paint. Like Real Investment Advice, in my opinion, for the Money GPS, it's the best resource for the Money GPS. Like in building these videos that I do for you guys, spending 4 hours a day trying to create that, and although it probably doesn't seem like it to you if you watch a 10-minute video, you're like, this guy takes 4 hours to build it. It's because I start with 57 tabs, trying to break it all down. Then I go in and read what happened in 1857? Okay, and then read the the history about it. Okay, and then that doesn't even make it into the video. So it's building the knowledge and then condensing it and funneling that down into a video for you, which largely I'm trying to make them as concise as possible. Let's just say that. Yeah, the shipping. The trouble with shipping, Justin, thank you for the question. The trouble with shipping is if you look at everything across the board is more expensive. So the containers themselves are more expensive. On the trucking side, when you're bringing stuff in, it's more expensive. The raw materials are more expensive. So it's not like I haven't found one spot that has been cheap or relatively cheap, right? That kind of stayed the same price, but everything else, okay, now that's where the margins have grown. In terms of, so I just did a shipment within California. So products came from overseas. Products came from overseas in a relatively normal period of time. I didn't pay any more, by the way, I should tell you that. Didn't pay any more. A little bit, maybe, baked into the cost. And then the shipment came from one place in California to the other, all within, maybe it was an extra day or something like this. So I personally, in my limited scale, haven't really experienced what I'm seeing in the news. But just because that's my own experience, I'm not going to project that onto you and say, well, there's no problem. I don't have any problem. It's just like when you see people saying, I don't have any food inflation. No. I've been buying the same burger or whatever. It's been the same price at the same store. I've been going there for 42 years. And it's the guy named John at the store. He gives it to me. And so, no. Different story. I want to bring as many different pieces of insight as possible so that you get the information from all these sources and we start to say, okay, that starts to make a lot of sense now. But not just me saying, oh, I haven't experienced any challenges, so that's the issue. No. I want to bring you as much as you can, as I can. What's up, David? You look amazing. What's your secret? Less is more, less spending, less eating. Yes. So 2005, I changed everything. Exercising, diet, all that stuff, reading, and never look back. The number one, like, I think, in my opinion, personal opinion, this is just me, the number one key to all of my success has been the elimination of television. And I've told people before, I said, I remember one lady I was talking to, I said, I don't watch TV. And then she said, yeah, me neither. Have you seen this show? It's on Netflix. It's this. I said, no, I didn't. Then like the next day or whatever, she asked me, yeah, have you seen this show? I said, no, I just don't really watch. I didn't want to be rude or say anything. I just said, you know what? I just don't watch much TV. I don't really watch any. And she's like, oh, okay. But so people think that if you watch Netflix or this and that, it's not television. But it's call it what you want. I mean, if it's through your phone or if it's, through an app or whatever, it's still television. If it's not nonfiction, I just don't really have an interest in it. Just follow it on Spotify. Thank you. All right. Health is wealth. Won't be able to find the doctor. Dr. Morse. Dr. Morse, the legend. I'm just looking through your comments here, guys. Comparing points of view is what a healthy argument is all about. You can't just try to push your views upon them. Otherwise, they want to be interviewed. Yeah. By the way, I wanted to interview Lynn Alden. I don't know if you guys are aware of Lynn Alden. There's a bit of controversy with her right now. I think, as far as I understand, between Snowden and Nassim Taleb from the Black Swan. And I think Nassim Taleb was kind of being a little critical of her. And then Snowden comes in to just make a point of saying, why are you doing this? You're supposed to be an intellectual and so on. And so I emailed Lynn Alden. I said, hey, let's do an interview. Not about that situation. I just bring you on. I hear positivity about you and so on. But haven't heard back. So I don't know if you guys want an interview. I was thinking maybe if I do a tweet, and then if I get a bunch of people to like the tweet and reply to the tweet so it gets a lot of attention, and then put her name in there, like her @ or whatever, and then hopefully get her to message me that way. I don't know the way to do it. A lot of people don't want to be interviewed, so. Yeah, Lynn Alden, she's smart. Lynn is awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to get her on. TV is garbage these days. Yes, Chaz, thank you for coming in. Appreciate that. I agree. Is YouTube television? The way I would look at it is if you're watching fiction, it's television. If it's nonfiction, it's all good. Amen. Yes. See what we got. When I started paying attention, I haven't watched much entertainment in over a year. Yeah, it just becomes like the stimulation of learning is much greater than the stimulation of watching like Game of Thrones or whatever one of these shows that I've never seen. People talk highly about these different shows. I'm sure they're great. It's just I just don't get enough stimulation from looking at that. I don't know. But there's nothing against it. If somebody wants that, absolutely. TV is programming. Lynn deserves an interview. I'm sure crypto will be discussed. Yeah, if I can get on, maybe, I don't know. I emailed maybe 3 days ago. Usually people would reply by then. I don't want to necessarily bother her, but maybe, I don't know what day it is today, but maybe early in the week I can try a follow-up on that. Maybe the Twitter thing. I don't know. We'll see. What is the stock market going to do tomorrow? If I knew the question to that, I'd be rich. But what I think it can still go up, if not necessarily in so easily as it did at the beginning of the year. In general, I think in general it's still got legs simply because even though there's so many different indicators right now that are saying there's going to be a correction, tons of indicators. I posted a YouTube short maybe a couple hours ago. I don't know if you guys saw it, but talking about the emerging markets and what they were signaling. So that's something there. You got the Dow theory coming into effect as well. Dow transports have been coming down, S&P going up. So who knows, right? But as long as the Federal Reserve is willing to continue on with their policies at full speed, I think that there could be at least, a crutch being there preventing it from falling. But it's not necessarily the case because they were printing they printed before 2020. Think about this. David Wong, if you're listening, I got one for you. In 2020, we're heading into it from September 2019 up until that point in 2020, February, let's say, they printed the most amount of money they ever did. And they were calling it remember the not QE with the repo operations. They were doing that. Highest rate increase ever. And the market still fell. The interest rates rock bottom. So, to say that the market can't fall while the Federal Reserve is printing money and the Federal Reserve is in existence, I mean, you're ignoring since their creation in 1913, there have been many booms and busts. I think people's mentality needs to change in that these booms and busts are not, let's say, like the Federal Reserve says, they try to soften the landing. If that was actually the case, of course, you would not have what they have today. Instead, it's the exact opposite. They say they're trying to do price stability. Does anybody believe that the Federal Reserve creates price stability? I mean, my goodness, you must be on a completely different planet. If so, let me know how you got there. Let me know how you got on that planet. Really interested. I mean, full employment, the Federal Reserve, and now they're talking about climate change. The Federal Reserve is going to somehow help climate change. I mean, what in the world? Are you kidding me? I don't understand. I don't understand. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. Your thoughts on affecting the Federal Reserve actions? Affecting what, as in Gregory, are you saying what we can do? We can't do anything. The people can't do anything. They're going to do whatever the heck they want. Look at, and a perfect example of that is look how many different facilities they set up. Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for the Federal Reserve to do anything outside of their congressional mandate, but they did. Multiple different programs that they set up. Special purpose vehicles. Oh, okay. Now we're going to work with the Treasury and we're going to work with BlackRock, and none of you were allowed to decide anything, but it's an emergency, so we're going to make it happen. They're going to buy the bonds of Apple. Oh my good. The richest company in the world, the biggest market cap, and there's just money just flowing into it, and then the Federal Reserve is going to buy their corporate bonds. This shows you how messed up this system is. It doesn't make any sense. People are starving on the street and you're buying the corporate bonds of Apple, telling people that full employment is your goal, price stability is your goal. You should be upset every single time the Federal Reserve does anything, and yet we've got people cheering them on. It's disgusting and it's sick. Study the Federal Reserve and what they do right now and what they've done in the past, how they were set up, their creation, and everything that's going in line with all of these actions that they're taking today. And you will see, and you will be disgusted by it. You will be disgusted by it if you have the audacity to learn the truth. Thank you for the support. Do you have any advice for disabled individuals who want to own property? And what are the best resources to understand benefits they qualify for? Okay, for property. The problem, so I don't know about your particular disability. With any property, you have to walk the property. If you can't physically be in there, and just what I mean by walk the property is being physically around it, okay? You have to go and you have to see, what's the building look like specifically? What is the clientele in this particular building? If it's a single family home, what are the neighbors like? How are they? Look at the fence. Is it half fallen down? Are people, is there garbage in the front lawn? Where's the nearest supermarket? Do you see the cash money, cash advance type places around? Stand in front of this place or sit in front of this place and look around. And what do you see? How much traffic is there? Is it good traffic? Is there people honking and people, road raging? What's going on locally? Look at the permits. So search for the name of your city and look at the building permits. Look for the vacancy rate. Now might be a little messed up, but just see in general how it's been over the past few years. Look at these two types of pieces of data. These are all key. Okay, look at the price trends. Of course, things will be messed up this time around. In terms of the resources to understand the benefits that they qualify for, so I don't have any particular insight on that, to be honest with you. I know that the government does have some very, very nice, like you got to talk to your bank, obviously, and you can get some very low, like they'll give you a lot of money to borrow. There's no doubt about it. But I would watch out, okay? Because just because they're going to give you a 0 money down or 3.5% money down kind of thing, you got to watch it. You got to be careful, okay? But I would say like the same kind of things apply for owning property. Now you can get into a fund like a real estate investment trust, but I don't like those because any real estate investment trust is always going to be around this kind of mentality that we have to give returns to our clients constantly. So what does that mean? They're selling property that hasn't fully matured yet. Okay, it hasn't peaked out yet. So why would you sell an asset that's still appreciating? Why would you sell it if you know that next year it's going to be worth more and going to be bringing you more cash flow? Kind of doesn't make sense. So that's the problem with the real estate investment trust. Then you've got guys like Grant Cardone that are syndicators. Okay, and these syndicators allow you to invest with them. I'm only using Grant Cardone as an example because he's popular, but they're called syndicators, and they take your money in and they buy a property, and then they use that basically to bring the cash flow in. They take care of it. They're going to pay you what you agree to the terms, but the point is they do not give you a set return. Now that's challenging, right? You don't know what you're going to get. But if they have a history, they can prove that, then 5 years, 10 years down the road, whenever, kind of depending on how the market's doing, they'll sell that, they'll give you your money back. So that's kind of the deal. It depends, right? Depends on the situation. It depends on the amount of money you have. I mean, there's a lot of factors there, but I hope that that was a good explanation for you. Thank you for the support. And I'm going to take off in just a couple minutes. Okay, we're over an hour today. Sometimes all of this insanity these days is just comedic. It's laughable what the Fed is doing. They're like a bunch of clowns in fancy suits. It's true, but they're the ones laughing at us, right? They're taking everything. I mean, these central banks are just extracting wealth from the masses. It's crazy. If they tax unrealized gains and everyone sells, maybe, but what do they sell into? That's the thing, right? A lot of these very wealthy people, they're holding on to this and doing so because they can borrow against their assets, right? They've got stocks. So you've got just say a Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, the guy's got how much? I think something like he could probably borrow something ridiculous, like tens and tens of millions of dollars worth at 0.86 or 0.87% interest rates. Now, why would he sell his asset when he could hold that asset and then simply borrow against it at less than 1%? So for him, it's fantastic. I only use Bezos as an example, but people with wealth, they can absolutely just continue to magnify their earnings, magnify their winnings. I'm a U.S. veteran that receives full disability. I can get a home loan with zero money down if I wanted to. There's no way in hell I'm going to do that, though. I see how things really are. Yeah, that's the point I was trying to make. Good point there. They can't tax unrealized gains. If you don't sell, you don't pay. No, that's wrong. What Elizabeth Warren is talking about, the wealth tax, which they may implement. It's going to be very difficult. I don't know, but it won't be fair. I can tell you that. But that's what they're doing. But the problem here is, like, people don't realize this. Oh, my 401k is worth a lot of money now. Oh, my house is worth a lot of money now. Maybe you add those up, and in some cases, people who their homes were just a decent sized home, but now the value has tripled or quadrupled. Maybe their total net worth is $5 million, and maybe they're going to set the threshold at $5 million. Oh, you're worth $5 million. You're a multimillionaire now. You're a multimillionaire. Your home is worth $3.5 million. That 401k you've been building over the last 40 years, that's worth a lot of money. Guess what? We're going to start taxing you. Unrealized capital gains tax, you rich person. You're going to pay your taxes. Get ready for that. People would try to borrow on the appreciation to pay for the unrealized taxes. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do, to be honest. It's going to be very interesting. I don't know how they can implement the wealth tax. I think it'd be too hard. Like, what is the value? Is the value today, or is it at the end of the year, or is it when you file your taxes? Is somebody going to reassess your property like every year? Like that would be impossible. So I don't know. I don't know if they can do it. Live sessions are golden. Thank you, Gregory. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. I appreciate your support today. I appreciate you all coming in. If you haven't seen it already, check out the video I posted this morning. That's an interview with Lance Roberts. Really get into a lot of stuff, and it's good because I always show you real investment advice. That's his company. He's doing those articles. He's pulling up those charts, and so I'm able to give you that directly from the source. So it's really cool. And that's it. So I'm going to take off.